Hey guys, thank you for signing up for your first Orangetheory Fitness class. My name is Emily. I'm the head coach here at our Ballantyne studio. So when you come into class, the first thing we're gonna do is give you an Orangetheory heart rate monitor. It's really important for you to wear this throughout our workout. That way you can get your performance summary at the end of class. Every time you come into class, you will have your heart rate monitor on. That way we can track everything. You'll see your name up on the TV as well. So when you come into class, the studio has been cleaned. It has been sanitized before all of our members are coming in. We will give you wipes so you can wipe down your piece of equipment that you are going to as you come into class if you would like. So we're gonna actually start on the rower. So on the rower, you'll see all of our rowers are set up here. You're always gonna have one station in between you and the person next to you. So you'll spend about 14 minutes or so depending on the class on the rower. Then we will all clean up our stations. You'll get a fresh wipe after your time at that station, and then you'll transition to the next station. So from the rower, you'll transition back to the weight room floor, and then you'll spend a little bit of time there. After that, we'll clean up and you'll actually transition to the treadmill. So you'll see each piece of equipment during our Orangetheory class here. So when you come up to the rower, you always want to remember that you're not using this monitor down here. Everything you see on the tablet, that's what we're gonna use here today. So you're gonna go ahead and grab your seat. Once you find your seat, we're gonna log into our tablet. So you'll slide forward, you'll select your name on the far left side. Underneath that, we're gonna press go. And you're gonna see all of your information here as well as your summary, just like it is on the screen up here. You'll see it on the far left side. So when you set up your foot plates, you always wanna make sure your feet are strapped in around the widest part of your foot. So when you get your feet strapped in, keep in mind that the strap is one long strap around the back. So you don't wanna pull one side too tight. You won't have enough room for your other foot to slide in here. So you're gonna slide those feet in, and then we're gonna pull this little strap here at the same exact time. Both sides are even. So when you row, it's a 60% leg driven movement, 20% core and 20% arms. So most of the power here is gonna come through our legs. So we're gonna wrap our hands around the handlebar. Your thumbs are underneath, hands are about shoulder distance apart. And with a proud chest, we're gonna jump back, lean with the core, pull with the arms. Take a little pause here at the back. We go arms first, then core, then legs last. So once you kind of get that down, then we're gonna speed it up just a little bit. So you'll see your heart rate's going to start increasing, and then your distance will start increasing as well. So once we finish on the rower, you'll re-rack. Please make sure you pull your handlebar just under these two little pieces here. Easiest way to get out of the rower, you're gonna push these two tabs together, then you're gonna push your foot up, then we'll go to the outside. So make sure you're pushing that tab in, foot goes up, then it comes to the outside. So you guys will notice I got my heart rate up on the rower. So you're gonna see these colors change here on the rowers and on the treadmills. You might see it change a little bit on the floor. So we are working in our 5 different heart rate zones. So our focus is going to be on the green, the orange, and the red. Most of our time should be spent in the green zone, followed by 12 or more minutes between the orange and the red zone combined. And that's gonna give you your afterburn, where you'll keep burning calories for up to 36 hours from class. So keep that in mind as you're working on the rower. You will start to see those colors change, and you will start to see your summary change slightly. So once we're finished with the rower all together, you're gonna hit sign out on the top right corner once you're instructed to do so by the coach. You'll wipe down everything you touched here. Once everything is wiped down, including your seat, you will make your transition from the rower. You'll go back to your station on the floor. So something else to keep in mind, this is gonna be your station all day. So you'll see our numbers right here on the top corner of the monitor, or on the rower. So I'm gonna be at station number 2 as I transition back here to the floor. So once everybody's cleaned up, we head back here to the floor, and you're gonna see the numbers all across the top of the mirror as well as the windows here. So everything you need is at your station. We train with a variety of equipment. So you're gonna see your TRX straps here. That's gonna be all body weight on the TRX. You have weights here. If you need anything lighter or heavier than what is on your rack, we've also got a heavy weight rack as well as lighter weights in the center here. We've got little mats as well for core and the ab dollies. So everything you need is right here. This is what you'll use for the majority of class. You'll see on our visual aids up here, so we've got TVs here and back there. You're gonna see your exercises for the day. You're gonna see the rep count directly underneath. You'll see your time spent in this block on the top right corner. So for this block, you would have 3 exercises for 6.5 minutes. Once you get to your station, the coach is gonna go over everything up there on that screen, everything you need to know. We're gonna demonstrate everything. We will always provide you with options. So if you're hurting or you've got a previous injury or you're just really, really sore, we can always provide you with options from what is on that screen. So the coach will always demonstrate at one of these 2 stations right here in the center. So it's really important that when you see the coach back here demonstrating that you're paying attention, you're listening to them, you're watching them demonstrate as they go over your entire block here. So if you ever have any questions on the floor, please flag your coach down. Please let them know, and they're gonna help you get through this floor block, or if you need further options. So once we finish on the floor, you'll wipe everything down again, you'll clean everything up, and then once the coach tells you to do so, we'll head up to your treadmill, sticking with your same station number as your floor station number. So like I said earlier, on the treadmill and the rower, that's where we're gonna focus on our heart rate zone. So you're gonna see that the coach will take you through intervals. On the treadmill side, they'll be timing you, and they'll be coaching you to feeling and heart rate up here on the treadmill. So up here on number 2, once you get up here, you're gonna select your name on our tablet, just like you would on the rower. It's gonna ask if that is you. You will select if it's you, no, yes if it's you, no if it is not. If you get up here and somebody else is signed in and you see that it's not you, you can click not you and it'll cancel out your session. You'll hit yes. So I'm gonna hit no because that is me. Once you do get up to the treadmill side, it's really important that you press start. Nothing is gonna happen on here until you press start. All right, so you'll notice up here, I'm gonna press start down by my waist. My treadmill will start moving. We have our quick touch options on both sides. So if you're a jogger or a runner, Orangetheory's flat road is always a 1%. So you can see I've got my incline on the far left side. I press 1, it's already there. And if I want to increase my speed here, let's say I'll walk at 3 miles per hour, you'll see my speed right here. So you can also use these arrows down by your waist as well, whatever you find more comfortable for you. If you think you want to go up to 3.1, you can always go 3.1 or go back to 3. So same thing for everything up here on both sides. You can always use the quick touch down here. In case of an emergency, please make sure you are pulling this cord. It will stop your treadmill, or you can always press stop or pause down here as well. So you'll see again, quick touch on both sides. Your distance will be in the center. Total time on the treadmill here, your pace will be here on the bottom right corner. So say you're running, let's just say you're running at 6, your pace will be 10 minutes for your mile. So do keep that in mind here. And then similar setup here on our tablet. So you're gonna see your distance, your time, and then your average incline and your average speed. So that will adjust here, just like it did on the rower side. It's going to adjust on the treadmill side as you start to increase your heart rate and as the coach takes you through our intervals. So when the coach takes you through intervals, they're gonna go through a base pace, a push pace, and an all out. So we have different parameters, whether you choose to power walk, jog, or run. You don't have to do the same thing for the whole class. So if you say, I'm gonna spend the first couple of intervals just power walking and see how I feel, and then maybe jog or run from there, that's totally fine. If you need to go back and forth, that is completely fine. So power walking, we are going to use inclines on the left side to create that same feeling as if you were jogging or running. And then on the right side, we're gonna use our speeds if we're jogging or running, and you'll hold a 1% flat road. You'll adjust your speeds here. So a base pace is gonna be your green zone. That's gonna be about 71 to 83% of your max heart rate. It's going to look completely different for everybody. My base pace is going to look and feel completely different than yours, and that's okay. So your base pace you want to maintain for about 25 to 35 minutes or slightly longer. And then your push pace, that's going to be an out of breath. You're going to feel uncomfortable. We're looking for about 84% of your max heart rate, and you're going to slowly creep into the orange zone. So the orange zone is where you're going to get your splat points here, and I'll go over those in just a little bit. And then we also have our last zone, zone 5, which is going to be the red zone. The coaches are never going to coach you to the red. You might get there on the treadmill or on the rower, and that's okay as long as you feel okay. If you don't feel okay, we'll take your recovery, we'll catch your breath, grab water, do what you need to do to start feeling better. So you can do everything up here based on how you feel. If the treadmill is not your thing, that's totally fine. We've also got bikes and striders here as well. We can utilize those for the treadmill instead, kind of a low impact, but gonna give you the same exact workout as you would get on the treadmill side. So the coach will still take you through intervals just like you would on the treadmill. So know that that's always an option for you. Once we finish class, the coach will go over your summaries with you up here on the OT Beat screens. So that's why we ask you to wear your heart rate monitor. That way we can make sure you are seeing improvements and progress with your summaries and with just regarding your results with fitness. So we want to make sure you're wearing your heart rate monitor with our trackable technology here. So once that screen has been flipped over at the end of class, everybody's summary will show up on the board, and everybody's summary is going to look completely different. And you'll also get your summary emailed to you, and it's on our app. You'll also see your summary from the treadmill side and the rower side. So lots of great information there. Most of the time, again, should be spent in the green zone. The goal with your splat points is 12 minutes or more between the orange and the red zone combined. So that's what's gonna rev your metabolism up for the next 36 hours, and you keep burning calories for the next 36 hours after your class. So you'll see your average heart rate and your average max heart rate percentage in class. So once you do get that summary, it's really cool. At the bottom of your summary, you can actually track your daily, your weekly, your monthly, and your yearly stats as well. So really important for that coach to go over your summary with you at the end of class. So if you guys ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And then just another note, class is always going to be 60 minutes long. That's going to include your warm-up, your workout, as well as your cool down. So we do stretch at the end of every single class, really important to prevent injuries and to get you back in here. Every class is going to be completely different, so do keep that in mind. You are never going to do the same thing on the treadmill, rower, or the floor. So our 3 focuses, we have endurance day. You're gonna see longer blocks on the treadmill, longer blocks on the rower, and then a pretty long block on the floor with a higher rep count. On power day, lots of all outs on the treadmill, lots of all outs on the rower, and then mostly body weight on the floor. And then a strength day, we're thinking inclines on the treadmill side, so climbing up lots of hills, mid blocks on the rower, and then lifting heavy weight, building some muscle on the floor. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the orange zone, and good luck on your first class.